Hello, myself Dr. K. Rajendra Reddy, lecturer in chemistry. In this video lesson, I will explain about numerical problems on molarity, numerical problems on normality, and suspensions colloids. First, about numerical problems on molarity. We know very well that molarity is defined as the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter solution at given temperature. In the form of mathematical equation m equal to n by v, or m equal to weight by gram molecular weight into 1 by v in liters, or m equal to weight by gram molecular weight into 1000 by v in ml. And molarity relation for diluted solutions is m1v1 by n1 equal to m2v2 by n2. This last relation is useful for neutralization reactions, and for dilute reactions or for dilutions the relation is m1v1 equal to m2v2. By using these four type of equations we will solve these problems. First problem: 2 moles of a solute is dissolved in 5 liters of solution. Then what is its molarity? Given data, number of moles of solute, that is small n, is equal to 2. Volume of the solution, capital V, is equal to 5 liters. Now we have to find out the molarity, capital M. Molarity, capital M, is equal to small n by capital V. That is equal to 2 by 5. That is equal to 0.4 molar solution. Problem number 2. Find the number of moles of solute present in 500 ml of 0.2 molar solution. Here we have to find out number of moles of solute, that is small n. Given data, volume of the solution, capital V, is equal to 500 ml, that is nothing but 0.5 liters. Molarity of the solution, capital M, is equal to 0.2. Now we have to find out small n. For that, we have to use this equation, that is molarity, capital M, equal to number of moles of solute, small n, by volume of the solution, capital V, that is m equal to n by v. Now n equal to m into v. Substitute the capital M value and capital V value in this equation, that is 0.2 into 0.5, that is equal to 0.1 moles. Here 500 ml of 0.2 molar solution is prepared by dissolving 0.1 moles of solute. Problem number 3. Find the molarity of solution containing 171 grams of sugar in 2 liters. Here the molecular formula of sucrose is C12H22O11. Sucrose is nothing but sugar. Solution: the given weight of the W is equal to 171 grams. We know that the gram molecular weight of sucrose is 342 grams. How to calculate the gram molecular weight of sucrose from the given molecular formula? That means there are 12 carbon atoms. So 12 into 12, 12 is the atomic weight of carbon, plus 22 into 1, 1 is the atomic weight of hydrogen, plus 11 into 16, 16 is the atomic weight of oxygen, that is equal to 342. The given volume of the solution capital B is equal to 2 liters. Now we have to find out the molarity of the solution. Molarity capital M is equal to weight by gram molecular weight, that is W by GMW into 1 by V in liters. Substitute the given data in this equation, then molarity capital M is equal to 171 by 342 into 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.25 molar. Problem number 4. Here the problem is 21.2 grams of sodium carbonate is dissolved in 500 ml of solution. Find the molarity of the solution. Here the given data, weight of the solute W is equal to 21.2 grams. The gram molecular weight of sodium carbonate is 106. The gram molecular weight of sodium carbonate is to be calculated from the given molecular formula, that is Na2CO3. There are two sodium atoms, so 2 into 23. There is one carbon atom. So 2 into 23 plus 1 into 12 plus there are 3 oxygen atoms, 3 into 16, that will become 106. Here the volume of the solution is 500 ml. Here we have to find out the molarity capital M. The molarity capital M is equal to W by GMW into 1000 by V in ml. Substitute the given data in this equation, then molarity capital M is equal to 21.2 by 106 into 1000 by 500. After calculation we will get 0.4. That means if 21.2 grams of sodium carbonate is dissolved in 500 ml of solution, then the molarity of that solution will be 0.4. Problem number 5. Find the weight of H2SO4 required to prepare 400 ml of 0.5 molar solution. Here the given data is volume of the solution V equal to 400 ml, molarity of the solution capital M is equal to 0.5 m. The gram molecular weight of H2SO4 is 98, which is calculated from the molecular formula of H2SO4, that is 2 into 1 plus 1 into 32 plus 4 into 16, that will become 98. Now molarity of the solution capital M is equal to weight by gram molecular weight into 1000 by V. Then weight W is equal to M into GMW into V by 1000. Now substitute the given data in this equation, then weight of the solute W is equal to 0.5 into 98 into 400 by 1000, that is equal to 19.6 grams. By dissolving 19.6 grams of H2SO4 in 400 400 ml of solution, we can prepare 0.5 molar solution. Problem number 6. What weight of urea is required to prepare 2 liters of 0.2 molar solution? Here we have to find out the weight of the solute dissolved in the solution in order to prepare 2 liters of 0.2 molar solution. So the given data capital V is equal to 2 liters, molarity capital M is equal to 0.5. The gram molecular weight of urea is 60 grams, which is calculated from the given molecular formula. See, in that molecular formula there are 2 nitrogens, 1 carbon, 1 oxygen and 4 hydrogens. So 2 into 14 plus 1 into 12 plus 1 into 16 plus 4 into 1, that is equal to 60. Now the molarity capital M is equal to weight by gram molecular weight into 1 by V in liters. Here weight W is equal to M into GMW into V. Substitute the given data in this equation, then weight is equal to 0.2 into 60 into 2, that is equal to 24 grams. Here by dissolving 24 grams of urea in 2 liters of solution, we can prepare 0.2 molar solution. Problem number 7. Find the volume of water required to prepare 0.1 molar H2SO4 from 200 ml of 0.5 molar solution. Here the given data is M1 equal to 0.5, V1 equal to 200 ml, M2 equal to 0.1, where we have to find out V2. Here for this, the equation is M1 V1 equal to M2 V2. Here it is the molar relation for diluted solutions. Now substitute the given data in this equation, then 0.5 into 200 is equal to 0.1 into V2. Here V2 is equal to 1000 ml. That is volume of water. Here the volume of water required is V2 minus V1, that is 1000 minus 200, that is equal to 800 ml. Here V2 is nothing but that is the final volume of the solution, but here we have to find out the water which is required to prepare the diluted solution. That we will get by subtracting the V1 from V2. Problem number 8. (300 ml of water is added to 200 ml of 0.5 molar HCl solution. Calculate the molarity of the diluted solution. Here given data M1 is equal to 0.5 m, V1 is equal to 200 ml, V2 is equal to 300 plus 200, that is equal to 500 ml. So now we have to find out M2. For this the equation is M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. Now M2 is equal to M1 V1 by V2. So after substituting the given data in this equation, M2 is equal to 0.5 into 200 by 500, that is equal to 0.2 molar. Problem number 9. 20 ml of 0.2 molar sodium hydroxide reacts with 50 ml of H2SO4 solution. Find the molarity of sulfuric acid solution. Here the reaction is taking place between sodium hydroxide and H2SO4. The reactions which are taking place between acid and base are called as neutralization reactions. Here the equation is 2 moles of sodium hydroxide reacts with 1 mole of H2SO4 in order to give 1 mole of sodium sulfate plus 2 moles of water. Here the given data, here the molarity of the sodium hydroxide M1 is equal to 0.2. Volume of sodium hydroxide is equal to uh, that is V1 is equal to 20 ml. Here the number of moles of sodium hydroxide N1 is equal to 2. Here we have to find out the molarity of the H2SO4. Say that is M2, which we have to find out. The volume of the H2SO4 V2 is equal to 50 ml. The number of moles of H2SO4 N2 is equal to 1. Here the mathematical equation is M1 V1 by N1 is equal to M2 V2 by N2. Here it is the molar relation for neutralization reactions. Now substitute the given data in this equation. 0.2 into 20 by 2 is equal to M2 into 50 by 1. Now M2 is equal to 0.2 into 20 by 2 into 50, that is equal to 0.04 molar. Next, numerical problems on normality. First problem, 9.8 grams of sulfuric acid is dissolved in 2 liters of water. Calculate the normality of solution. Here the given data is weight of the solute W is equal to 9.8 grams, volume of the solution capital V is equal to 2 liters, gram molecular weight of H2SO4 that is equal to 98 grams. Here basicity of H2SO4 is 2, so the gram equivalent weight of H2SO4 is equal to 98 by 2, that is equal to 49 grams. Now normality capital N is equal to W by GW into 1000 by V in ml. Now capital N is equal to 9.8 by 49 into 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 10 or 0.1 normal. Problem number 2. Find the normality of the solution prepared by dissolving 10 grams of sodium hydroxide in 500 ml of water. Here the given data is weight of the solute W is equal to 10 grams, volume of the solution capital V is equal to 500 ml. The gram molecular weight of sodium hydroxide is 40, which is calculated from the molecular formula of sodium hydroxide NaOH, that is 23 plus 16 plus 1, that is equal to 40. Acidity of sodium hydroxide is 1. The gram equivalent weight of sodium hydroxide is equal to molecular weight by its acidity, that is equal to 40. Now we have to find out the normality of the solution. Normality of the solution capital N is equal to W by GW into 1000 by V in ml. Then normality capital N is equal to 10 by 40 into 1000 by 500 is equal to 1 by 2, that is equal to 0.5 normal solution. Then problem number 3. Calculate the weight of sodium carbonate present in 100 ml of 0.5 normal solution. Here the given data is volume of the solution capital V is equal to 100 ml, normality of the solution capital N is equal to 0.5 N, and the gram molecular weight of sodium carbonate is 106, which is calculated from the molecular formula of sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3. like this: 2 into 23 plus 12 plus 3 into 16, that will become 106. Here the total cation charge or anion charge is 2 in Na2CO3. Then the gram equivalent weight of sodium carbonate is equal to gram molecular weight by 2. Here 2 is the total cation charge or anion charge, that is equal to 53. Now the equation for normality capital N is equal to weight by gram equivalent weight into 1000 by V in ml. But here we have to find out the weight. Then weight W is equal to N into GW, that is gram equivalent weight into V by 1000. Now weight is equal to 0.5 into 53 into 100 by 1000, that is equal to 2.65 grams. That means we can prepare 100 ml of 0.5 normal solution by dissolving 2.65 grams of sodium carbonate. Problem number 4. Okay. Calculate the weight of oxalic acid required to prepare 0.05 normal solution in 2 liters. Here the molecular formula of oxalic acid is H2C2O4 2 water. Here the given data is normality N equal to 0.5 N, volume V equal to 2 liters. Gram molecular weight of oxalic acid is 126 grams, which is calculated from the molecular formula of oxalic acid. Here the basicity of oxalic acid is 2. Then gram equivalent weight of oxalic acid is equal to gram molecular weight by its basicity, that is 126 by 2 equal to 63 grams. Now normality capital N is equal to weight by gram equivalent weight into 1000 by V in ml. So weight is equal to N into GW into V. After substituting the values in this equation, we will get 6.3 grams. That means by dissolving 6.3 grams of oxalic acid in 2 liters of solution, we can prepare 0.05 normal solution. Sorry, here it is not 0.05 normal, it is just 0.5 normal. Problem number 5. Find the volume of water to be added to 250 ml of 0.05 normal Na2CO3 to get 0.01 normal solution. Here the normality relation for the diluted solutions is N1V1 equal to N2V2. First, the given data is N1 is equal to 0.05 normal, V1 is equal to 250 ml, N2 is equal to 0.01 N. Here we have to find out V2. So V2 is equal to N1 V1 by N2, that is equal to 0.05 into 250 by 0.01, that is equal to 250 ml. Now water to be added is equal to 1250 minus 250 is equal to 1000 ml. That means here the final volume of the solution is 1250 ml and the initial volume of the solution is 250 ml. Now the difference between final and initial is 1000 ml. That means that much of water is to be added. Problem number 6. Calculate the normality of 250 ml of sodium hydroxide that exactly neutralizes the 50 ml of 0.02 normal H2SO4. Here solution. Here normality of H2SO4 N1 is equal to 0.02 N. Volume of H2SO4 V1 is equal to 50 ml. Here we have to find out the normality of sodium hydroxide N2, where volume of sodium hydroxide V2 is equal to 20 ml. Here the normal relation for the neutralization reactions is same as like diluted solutions, that is N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. Now N2 is equal to N1 V1 by V2, that is equal to 0.02 into 50 by 20, that is nothing but 0.05 normal. That means we have to neutralize 50 ml of 0.02 normal H2SO4 solution. We require 20 ml of 0.05 normal sodium hydroxide. Next topic is colloids and suspensions. If the matter is separated physically, then those are called as mixtures. If the matter is not separated physically, then those are called as pure substances. In the mixtures, if the composition is uniform, then those are called as homogeneous mixtures. Example: air, sugar in water, stainless steel, gold, etc. In the mixture, if the composition is not uniform, then those are called as heterogeneous mixtures. If the matter is separated by physical, then those are if the matter is not separated physically, then that is called as pure substance. If the pure substance is decomposed by ordinary chemical reactions, then those are called as compounds. Example: water, sodium chloride, sucrose. If the pure substances are not decomposed by ordinary chemical reactions, then those are called as elements. For example, gold, aluminum, oxygen, chlorine, etc. Here, the mixtures whose composition is not uniform, those are called as heterogeneous mixtures. The example is granite, wood, lead, etc. Here, these heterogeneous mixtures are called as colloids and suspensions. Now, the definitions of suspensions and colloids. Here, the suspensions and colloids are not solutions. Here, the suspensions are defined as the particles are so large that they settle out of the solvent if not constantly stirred. Colloids means the particles is intermediate in size between those of a suspension and those of a solution. Simply, in suspensions, the particles are so large and they settle out of the solvent if not constantly stirred. Whereas in colloids, the particles size is intermediate in between those of a suspension and those of a solution. A heterogeneous mixture of a dispersed phase and dispersion medium is called as colloid. Here, colloids scatter light, making a beam visible. Solutions do not scatter light. Here, in this picture, there are two glasses. One glass has colloid solution, the other glass has solution. Here, we can observe the light beam in colloid. Here it is the photo of fog in a city. Next, types of colloids. Here the classification based on dispersed phase and dispersion medium, which may be either solid or liquid or gas. Examples: fog, aerosol space. In this, dispersion medium is gas, dispersed phase is liquid. Here these colloids are aerosols. Example: smoke, airborne bacteria, etc. In this, dispersion medium is gas, dispersed phase is solid. Here these are also called as aerosols. Example: cream and soap suds. In this, dispersion medium is liquid, dispersed phase is gas. Here these colloids are foams. Example: milk. In this, the dispersion medium is liquid, dispersed phase is also liquid. Here these are called as emulsions. Example: paint, gelatin, etc. In this, dispersion medium is liquid, dispersed phase is solid. Example: butter, cheese, etc. In this, dispersion medium is solid, dispersed phase is liquid. These are called as solid emulsions. Example: ruby glass. In this, dispersion medium is solid, dispersed phase is solid. These are called as solid solutions. Here the colloids are two types, those are lyophilic and lyophobic. Here this classification is based on the affinity of colloids towards solvents. First about lyophilic colloids. These are stable colloids. In this, the particles may or may not migrate in electric field. Yet the viscosity is much higher than that of medium. Here these are reversible solutions. In this, these are self-stabilized due to the strong attraction between two phases. In lyophilic colloids, surface tension is lower than that of medium. In lyophilic colloids, the lyophilic colloids are not easily coagulated by addition of electrolytes. The example for lyophilic colloids: starch, gelatin, gum, and albumins. Lyophilic colloids are not visible under ultramicroscope. Here, lyophilic colloids are prepared simply by direct mixing. Then about lyeophobic colloids. Lyeophobic colloids are unstable. In this, the particles are charged and hence move towards in an electric field. In lyeophobic colloids, viscosity is same as that of medium. Here, these are irreversible. Lyeophobic colloids are less stable. In this, the stabilizer is required for stabilization. In lyeophobic colloids, surface tension is same as that of the medium. Here, lyeophobic colloids are easily coagulated by adding electrolyte. Here, the examples are colloidal metallic sulfides. Here, lyeophobic colloids are visible under ultramicroscope. Here, lyeophobic colloids are prepared by indirect methods. Now, the applications of colloids. First, purification of water by alum. Here it is called as coagulation. Alum, which yields ions. Here the alum contains positive charge, which is added to water to coagulate the negatively charged clay particles. Second application in rubber and tanning industry. Several industrial processes such as rubber plating, chrome tanning, dyeing, lubrication, etc. are of colloidal nature. 1. In rubber plating, the negatively charged particles of rubber, that is latex, are made to deposit on the wires of handle of various tools by means of electrophoresis. The article on which rubber is to be deposited is made anode. In tanning, the positively charged colloidal particles of hides and leather are coagulated by impregnating them in negatively charged tanning materials. Among the tanning agents, chromium salts are most commonly used for the coagulation of the hide material, and the process is called chrome tanning. 3. Artificial rains. It is possible to cause artificial rain by throwing the electric, electrified sand or silver iodide from an aeroplane and thus coagulating the mist hanging in air. 4. Smoke precipitation. It is also coagulation. Smoke is a negative sol consisting of carbon particles dispersed in air. Thus, these particles are removed by passing through a chamber provided with highly positively charged metallic knob. 5. Formation of deltas. It is also coagulation. River water consists of negatively charged clay particles of colloidal dimension. When the river falls into the sea, the clay particles are coagulated by the positive ions, etc. which are present in seawater, and new lands called deltas are formed. 6. Cloud formation. Blood consists of negatively charged colloidal particles, which are called as albuminide substance. The colloidal nature of blood explains why bleeding stops by applying a ferric chloride solution to the wound. Actually, ferric chloride solution causes coagulation of blood to form a clot, which stops further bleeding. 7. Colloidal medicine. Orgirol or protorgirol are colloidal solution of silver and are used as high lotions. Colloidal sulfur is used as disinfectant. Colloidal gold, calcium and iron are used as tonics. 8. Coating of photographic plates. These are thin glass plates coated with gelatin containing a fine suspension of silver bromide. The particles of silver bromide are colloidal in nature. Next, some unsolved problems on mole, molarity and normality. First problem, calculate the number of moles of solute present in 34 grams of calcium sulfate. Second one, find the number of moles present in 900 grams of glucose. Third, calculate the weight of calcium carbonate equal to 2.5 moles. Fourth problem, 8 grams of sodium hydroxide dissolved in 500 ml of water. What is its molarity? Fifth problem, 49 grams of H2SO4 is dissolved in 2 liters of water. What is its molarity? Sixth problem, calculate the molarity of solution prepared by dissolving 26.5 grams of sodium carbonate in 250 ml of water. Seventh problem, what is the amount of sodium hydroxide present in 400 ml of 0.5 molar solution? Eighth one, determine the weight of nitric acid present in 5 liters of 0.5 molar solution. Ninth problem, how much water is to be added to prepare 0.1 molar solution of HCl from 300 ml of 0.25 molar solution? 10th problem, 200 ml of water is added to 1 liter of 0.6 molar nitric acid solution. What is the molarity of the diluted solution? Problem number 11. Find the volume of find the volume of 10 molar HCl required to prepare 5 liters of 0.5 molar solution. 12. Find the volume of 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide solution required to neutralize completely 22.5 ml of 0.125 molar H2SO4. Problem 13. What is the normality of nitric acid solution containing 6.3 grams per liter of the solution? 14. Find the normality of solution containing 41.65 grams of magnesium chloride in 3.5 liters. 15. Calculate the weight of sodium sulfate required for the preparation of 500 ml of 0.2 normal solution. 16. To convert 1 liter of 1.123 normal HNO3 solution into 1 normal solution, how much volume of water should be added? 17 problem. 250 ml of 0.4 normal H2SO4 is diluted to a liter. What is the normality of the resulting solution? 18. Find the volume of 0.1 normal potassium permanganate required to complete oxidize 22.5 ml of 0.25 normal more salt. Problem number 19. What is the volume of 0.5 normal sodium carbonate required to neutralize 20 ml of 0.04 normal HCl? Thank you.